I never lose, either I win or I learn. Those are my only options, to whomever it may concern. About to be a hot topic, play with fire, you get burned. Ain't nobody give me nothing, whatever I got, better I earn. I never lose, but I learn. I either win or I learn. Those are my only options, to whomever.
We learned the hard way. We fucked up. We're not perfect, but the lessons we learn in life, they make us who we are. And here we are, starting fresh.
And we're really excited to share our journey going forward with all of you so that we can hold each other accountable through the weight loss journey. Our journey started back in March of 2020. Actually, if you've listened to our podcast, it actually started well before then. We've been, on this weight loss journey pretty much our entire life. But this particular journey, or part of our journey, started in March of 2020, where together we lost over 150 pounds. But then life hit big time in 2021.
Injuries, depression, deciding to sell our home because we needed new space, downsizing with 5 people and 2 dogs and a 2-bedroom house, and all this stuff started to add up where our whole regimen and routine got out of whack, where we were eating trash.
Yeah. And so it really affected our mental state, our physical state. Those of you who have been following along on this journey, I know you can see a difference when you look at us, when you see this on YouTube. And that's why we've started this, our journey. That's what we're calling this, our journey, because it's not just us, it's all of us together. And so we have a whole new page on veganstrongandfit.com called Our Journey, where we're going to be talking about every week something that has led us to success or maybe failure that we've learned from within the week to overcome and help us to continue on this. How we're going to do this the right way this time to make sure that we're able to support you, you're able to support us, and be sure to go on and follow us every week at veganstrongandfit.com/journey.
We're in this together.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Strong AF podcast. I'm Ashley.
And I'm Yuri the Great.
How are you going to change it up on me right here in the middle of it?
Switch it up. It's very important.
Well, we want to come on and talk to you all today about what I think is a very important topic. And
what we think is a very important topic.
And something we just stumbled upon and tried out together for the first time.
Whose idea was it?
Ashley's.
Why must you?
Okay, babe. Okay. It was your idea. You had a great idea for once, and I'm proud of you. Okay, maybe more than once. But anyway.
Anyway, I had a great idea. And what we did, we embarked on a spiritual cleanse.
Or as I call it, a spiritual fasting. I think either one is fun. We kind of debated back and forth on this all week.
Cleanse sounds better.
I think fasting sounds better. But basically, what we did was eliminated social media from our life. Aside from, we had to post a few things for business. Obviously, we got to keep that running. But we weren't doing anything personal. We weren't looking at comments, no responses, things like that. So that meant no Facebook, no Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, even LinkedIn stayed off of that.
We just pretty much shut ourselves off from the outside world, any outside noise, what was going on. We just wanted this safe space just to get our minds right, get into a place of love and happiness, and oh my goodness.
But we also I wouldn't say turned off the TV, but we didn't watch the mindless TV. Don't get me wrong, I love me some mindless TV. It's great after a long day of work to just like chill and vegetate on the couch once in a while and not think about anything, because sometimes life gets stressful and it's good to just have something you don't have to think about. But we really wanted to use this 5 days, is what we did. Um, this 5 days to, number one, just really
Relax.
reduce the negatives in our life. Yeah, relax, refresh, and reset, and just reduce those negative energies and negative vibes that you see. Even if you're not posting anything negative on social media, you scroll across comments or other posts or even ads, and see the same stuff on TV. You see, even if you're like watching something like YouTube, you see the ads and all this stuff, and you know, sometimes those things kind of get to you, and so we wanted to avoid those. And so instead of filling our downtime, which we still had work, we still had work, we still had kids, sports, like all the normal stuff, but we, instead of filling our downtime with social media and television shows, we decided to fill our time with educating ourselves and reading. And it was just all different kinds of readings and informative things. Like, we were learning about herbs, we were learning about history, we were learning about all kinds of stuff. We were watching different shows and podcasts, and even got our kids involved. Like in the car, we weren't listening to the radio, we were listening to podcasts with our kids, and some of their favorite ones are Who Smarted, and we just found a new one called Greeking Out, which is about ancient history, and so they really come to enjoy those. And so it was just a way as a family to wind down and not just like be glued to tablets, phones, TVs.
Yeah, because the way I describe it is we turned off our programming. Pretty much the things you see on television and social media, it's all part of the matrix, where it's to get in your head and make you start to think a certain way. There's a lot of low vibrational media outlets, whether it's the hip hop, the drill music, those sort of things that you're constantly listening to. It puts you in a low frequency and vibration to where you're depressed, you're angry, you're stressed out, and things like that. Where we really got in tune with our higher self, put it that way. We did a lot of meditation, affirmations. Like, there's this song by Forbidden Knowledge called Affirmations, and it's just nice. I want to say it's like 432 or 425 hertz. The music is amazing. There's just guys playing like the violin or some kind of soothing instrument. And then Billy Carson is on there reading you these powerful affirmations. And the first time I listened to it, I believe I listened to it on when I was taking a shower that morning. And I was in there, I probably listened to it 4 times just over and over as I was taking a shower. And you know how that shadow work, it comes from nowhere. I'm in there, I don't even know if I told you this. I was in there taking a shower, and all of a sudden I'm in there crying, everything as I'm sitting here listening to it, some of the affirmations he's saying. And I'm like, oh my goodness, here we go again. The shadow work comes out of nowhere. You gotta face it. Just meditating, and once again, he has several different ones. We even listened to a certain one. I think there's like 2 sleep meditations. And I'll let you Ashley tell you about that.
Listen, I just don't know if I'm ready for those sleep meditations, because I had some wild ass dreams every night, and I was like, I said, listen, we got to go back to our rainfall from the Calm app, because I just can't a third night. I have to sleep. I felt like I was up all night with some crazy, crazy dreams. And I had to take a break for that. I'm not quite ready for those yet.
Me, I enjoyed it, but I don't know if she's noticing. I've been going back and forth.
I have. I can tell when my sleep is a little off.
But yeah, we just been mindful of the things we put our retinas on. Did a lot of reading and stuff like that. Because I know me, when there's a certain book comes out, I'll jump from this book to that book to this book to that book while I'm reading 3 or 4 books at a time. And I don't ever finish the one I started. Well, I finally finished that one. and I've started one and I've listened to another. But that's another thing. I'm getting it done. I'm constantly trying to expand my consciousness and knowledge. And these 5 days were very heartwarming and informative, especially with the ancient history and learning about the chronicles of the Anunnaki, the just sorting things out, learning about religion and different Bibles, whether it's the King James Version or the Hebrew Bible or the Sinai Bible or the history of where they got that information from, the Enuma Elish, there's several different, the Atrahasis, all kind of stuff where you learn about the creation and where the Bible got that and what they chose to put in, and learning about the Anunnaki and how they were here 450,000 years ago. And just there's so much information, man. It was just like addictive because now I constantly listen to it and I'm just so mind blown. I'll hear something, I'll start randomly texting Ashley stuff or texting her these books, add them to our book list on Amazon.
We had just cleaned out our book list on Amazon and bought everything on there that we were wanting. And then all of this happened. And like a lot of when you read different books, they'll recommend other books related to the similar topics that they recommend. And so those are now in the wish list. So it's grown tremendously since we started this. But I would say the biggest thing is even like afterwards, we're not on our phone as much. Obviously, we still are to an extent, but not as much.
I think we picked up some of those good habits that we learned. Because I know me, I'll be sitting here every now and then, just like maybe boredom or something. I'll pick up the phone and scroll a little bit. And I'm like, okay, I'm done.
That was the hardest first couple days because it's like just out of habit. When you're bored, you just want to pick up the phone, and I'd pick it up and hit one of my social apps. And I'm like, crap, I can't be on here. I'm gonna shut it off. So here's the thing too, right? So with all this, I feel like it just had so many like random ideas popping into our head. And we've been sitting here wondering, where do we want to go with our business? Because when all this happened during COVID and we started our business up, we were doing personal training, personal nutritionist, nutrition coaching, all of this good stuff. I was also teaching kids classes, but the thing is, it's very time consuming, and because it's very time consuming, it's very expensive for our clients. And I know, especially with the way the economy is right now, inflation is just like off the chain, that this is not a time where people have significant amounts of disposable income to pay for these things, even though health should be a priority. But because we need food, we need shelter, we need clothing, there are other necessities that we need. And so a lot of times this falls on the back burner. And I don't want anyone to feel like they can't contribute to what they have to have in order to get help for their nutrition. And so we've been sitting here struggling with, number one, we just don't have the time to continue on personal training. And then number two, how do we create something that is everything a person needs without taking their entire paycheck? And so while we're just in the ideation and early creation phases of this, because it did just happen like a week ago. Right? But so definitely not going to speak on what it is yet until we get further down the line. But we were able, and I have, as much as I give Yuri credit for coming up with the idea of this cleanse, I have to take quite a bit of credit on this, because I laid out completely everything that I want to go into this new program, everything. And now it's just putting it together. It's a ton of content. So it is going to take some time to create. But when I tell you this program is going to be the entire package, I am not exaggerating.
Because the thing is, you don't see what we do behind the scenes. It's just, like I said, you got to think we had, I'll just give you a little bit. We had 5 days of just shutting off the world and having time to concentrate. But previously, all those months of, oh, I'm thinking about learning about this. Oh, this intrigues me. Oh, did you know this? Did you know this about crystal? Did you know this about this Ira or the Anubis and all certain elements of breath work and meditation and all this other wellness attributes and stuff like that, where we've just like, okay, we got to come up with something that is a variety of all these things that we want to bring to the masses. And that's what we've been working on.
We don't want to leave anything out because I truly believe that it is a combination of everything in balance, right? Like there's also an obsessive extreme that we don't want to pull into, but there is a nice balance of this, and that's what we really want to pull together in that program.
Yeah, because we've been, for maybe like the past 3 months, we've been having ideas where it's like, I think, what do you think about this? And I'm like, yeah, I like that, but not about this. Or I'll be like, what do you think about this? I'm like, yeah, I like that, but not that. To where we finally came up with something where we both agree on, and we're really excited about it. And it's just going to be a lot of time putting it all together and coming up with something that everybody will enjoy. And then, like she said, we don't want to take your whole paycheck once you spending your last hard-earned dollar. We want it to come to everybody where it's affordable and you be able to enjoy it. And it's something you want to tell the rest of the world about. Because when we started this business, Vegan Strong and Fit or the Strong AF podcast, it was never about just making money. It's about small changes, massive impact, just doing what we can to help change the world, just bringing nutrition and health and everything. And this way it'll be a lot more affordable.
Yeah, exactly. And this is something that we want to make sure that everyone that is interested is able to participate in. So we don't want money to be an issue for this. So we're doing it in a specific way for that reason. Because again, like time is money. And if we sit here and we do personal training and teach everybody what we've learned and are still learning, then that's going to add up a lot. And that's not what we want. We want to be able, from the beginning, our entire goal has been to teach others so that they can go off and do this on their own. So that is the thing that we are looking for, we are striving for, and we are looking to create with this new program that we're working on. And we're really excited. Again, it's going to take some time, bear with us as we go through this, but I think this is going to be really amazing for everyone.
Yeah, it's our new little baby that we're watering. It's this plant that we're nurturing and making sure the soil is right and everything, and watering it and speaking life into it and love, because it's going to be amazing. It's going to be huge.
Yeah. So, stick with us. But really, what we would like to encourage you all to do in the meantime is to take a little break. It doesn't have to be 5 days, doesn't have to be anything excessive. Try a day, where you're not focused on social media, you're not on TV watching reality shows or
if you're on social
sitcoms.
If you're on social media, go to the Strong AF podcast.
But not on your 1 day off. Okay.
The next day.
The
Go
next
to the
day.
Strong AF podcast on all podcast platforms, or go to the Strong AF podcast, Vegan Strong and Fit on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok.
But for now, take your day. And I'm telling you, it's very realized it's going to be hard, especially if you're in that habit of just like going to your phone, going to something on TV. It's going to be hard in the beginning, but like you can do it. Set your mind to it, you can do it. And I think that it's really going to help you to unwind, get away from the stress of the world, everything going on, and just be able to focus on what do I want.
Sacrifices must be made for the things that you really care about, the things that are going to bring you the most joy. And this will definitely help by cutting back your time on social media or certain things that you watch on television or the music you listen to. You'll definitely feel that change within 24 hours or so.
Oh yeah.
And if you want to go more than one day, each day it'll feel a lot better. Like today was my first time listening to actual hip hop music, and I didn't miss anything. So yeah, I may have listened to about an hour or two. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go back to what I've been doing. I'm better off that way. I enjoy the high vibration that I've been into. I just look forward to staying up here instead of down there.
Yeah. So I think that, your takeaway is just to take a day, shut everything down, and just focus on yourself. And we will see you back here next week.
Love you.
Thank you for listening to the Strong AF podcast. We hope you really enjoyed this episode.
Just do us a favor, go on the Apple Podcast, leave us a 5-star review, let us know how you enjoyed the episode. And if you're watching this on YouTube, just drop us a couple comments. We love hearing from you guys.
Yeah, we always love hearing your feedback, and let us know what you'd like to hear more of as well.